Hi, my name is Alex Sandoval from the Mexican Financial Executives Institute in Juarez, Mexico. And this is a summary of the press conference made today by Mr. Jose Domingo Figueroa Palacios, our national president, along other members of the different committees belonging to IMEF. One of the main expectations of IMEF for this year is that our GDP in Mexico will grow 2.4%. This is steady, decelerated compared to the one in 2023, but the truth is that it's an acceptable level for the current situations we live in Mexico and the world. Well, but there are three elements mentioned as part of the risk balance that we have to be analyzing, which could put in risk this 2.4% expected growth. The number one aspect is Pemex, our oil company, which has received along 2.2 trillion pesos from 2015 to 2024 and still hangs $105 billion debt, also with a labor passive around $77 billion amount. So this makes them not able to pay their principal on their debt. This implies Pemex needs a restructure as soon as possible, even losing certain branches, possibly, but the main goal is to have it restructured. The second element considered by IMEF is the drought, the lack of water, the lack of rains, which is harming harvest in the agricultural sector. Given that we have an open market, we can access imports for those for that subsidy. But the problem with this is that those other countries where we can import those products also are having problems with drought. So given that, inflation for these specific products will be something that will occur, you know. Along the political environment during this 2024 electoral year, the exchange rate might be affected. So these both elements, the drought itself and the exchange rate, might provoke a series of problems in inflation in Mexico, and this will provoke Banco de Mexico to be slower in lowering their rates, their interest rates. The third threat is on the fees charged by the U.S. to Mexican steel and aluminum, which is certainly affecting sectors as the automotive sectors and the apparel sector. This will bring problems to Mexico for those companies. For example, here in Juarez, we have many companies that work along those two subsectors of the economy and would be affected if this keeps going with these trade conflicts. Well, they mentioned two other elements that are important, not necessarily a risk, but like an opportunity. Gender equity, which is a way to develop a nation. They expose a series of data that shows that in Mexico, women face a lot of inequity, a lot of lack of access to better stances in wages, in positions in companies, and among other elements. And well, one of the things that they mentioned is that we have this document issued last year called IMEF Vision 2024-2030, which includes strategical proposals to improve gender equality and incorporate women into the economy in a better instance. And finally, obviously, nearshoring, which is a general topic in Mexico nowadays, where they find, in general terms, scarcity and the need to resolve problems in infrastructure, problems in electricity, problems in highways, problems with ports, problems with water, along security, state of law, and customs. So, like, the position is, these are the set of elements where we have to focus our attention and improve the chances for Mexico. The projections for the following year, they shown in the screen, but they are in Spanish, I'm sorry. The growth for GDP is 2.4% for this year, inflation 4.10%. Public debt, 4.9% from GDP. The monetary policy, 9.5% from the current 11.25. So it's a slow trend to lower it. Employment, formal employment, 600,000 in general terms. Exchange rate, 18 pesos 20 cents. And the current account, 1.10 deficit, which is a regular trend since we opened the economy with NAFTA. For 2025, we expect the GDP to grow 1.9%, inflation lower to 3.78%, public debt 3.9% out of GDP, monetary policy 7.75% from the 9.5% that supposedly we will close this 2024. Formal employment, 503,000 employees or positions opened. Exchange rate, 19 pesos per dollar, and current account, 1% negative, steady along the years. So in general terms, this is the position of IMEF. If you need further information, I'll be glad to attend you. Thank you very much.